If you are a CBSE student studying in class 12 and are looking for a place to solve your problems in your English textbooks, so here is the place. With English Frog Club, you will surely come out of your difficulties. Here, you'll get a lot of practice and understanding of the textbooks. So, are you ready for learning English? Hi there, this is Harpreet Kaur from English Frog Club. And today we are going to study the second part of the book of the chapter Lost Spring from the book Flamingo, prescribed by CBSE under NCERT textbooks. So why to wait? Now let's proceed towards the chapter understanding. My acquaintance with the barefoot rag pickers lead me to Simapuri, a place on the periphery of Delhi, yet miles away from it metaphorically. So she said that after getting associated with these children for a longer time, now she came across the place where these children used to live. And that name of that place is Simapuri. That is in the periphery of New Delhi, yet miles away metaphorically. It is quite an important point also that although this area Simapuri was in Delhi, it was considered in Delhi only, but it was miles away. There was no facilities like Delhi. No facilities, so it was miles away metaphorically. As in words we can say that Simapuri is in Delhi, but actually it is not in Delhi because it doesn't have the facilities that the people of Delhi get. Those who live here are squatters. Now those who live here are squatters from Bangladesh back in 1971. Imagine how long the time has passed, but still they have come from Bangladesh and settled down here. Sahib's family is among them. Simapuri was then a wilderness. Now what do you mean by a wilderness? That there was no population, it was covered with forest, it was not developed at all, there was no hut mats, etc. It still is, but it is no longer empty. The structures of mud and roofs of tin and tarpaulin, devoid of sewage. Devoid of means it doesn't have sewage, drainage or running water. So there are no facilities of sewage, drainage or running water. Lives 10,000 rag pickers. Now how many rag pickers? The population of this Simapuri area is around 10,000. They have lived here for more than 30 years. At the time when this chapter was written, it has been more than 30 years these rag pickers have been living here. They were living without identity, without permits, but with ration card to get their names on voters list. So she said that the politicians has done one thing for them, that they got their names on ration card so that they can get them on the voter list. But on another hand, there is one benefit of getting their names on the ration card was that they get the subsidized ration, that is for the BPL families, below poverty line families, they get that subsidized ration. Food is an important for survival than an identity. So it is again an important line for explanatory question. Food is important. See, identity is a secondary. Having tummy filled with food is more important for these families than to have a identity. If at the end of the day we can feed our families and go to bed without an aching stomach, we would rather live here than in fields that give us no grains. So here also reason of their going back to Dhaka is expressed, that they don't have any work and food in the fields. So at least in the city, the parents are able to give some kind of food. They are able to fill the stomach of their families. Say a group of women in tattered saris. Now what are tattered saris? Tatters are torn saris. They are in a very bad condition. When I asked them why they left their beautiful land of green fields and rivers, whenever they find food, wherever they find food, they pitch their tents and that becomes a transit home. So they do not have even a permanent home also. Wherever they get food, they start living in tents, and that becomes their temporary transit home. Here is temporary home. Children grow up in them, becoming partners in survival, and survival in Simapuri means rat picking. Through the years, it has acquired the proportions of a fine art. Garbage to them is gold, and it is their daily bread, a roof over their heads, and even if it is a leaking roof, but for a child it is even more. So for the parents, the word garbage is a little different. For the child, the word garbage is a little different. For the parents, it is a method of survival. It is a method of survival to get some money. But for a child, is sometimes that it is a bundle. It is something that is filled with wonders. Every now and then they get some different things in the garbage that they can use also. And sometimes I find a rupee, even a 10 rupee note. Sahib says, his eye is lighting up. When you can find a silver coin in a heap of garbage, you don't stop scrounging, for there is hope of finding more. It seems that for the children, garbage has a meaning different from that it means to their parents. For the children, it is wrapped in wonder, and for the elders, it is a means to survival. So children, it is some kind of treasure for them. They can get anything from the garbage, but for the parents, it is a means to earn money. It is a means to earn money. For the children, it is wrapped with some kind of wonder. So let's move further. One winter morning, I see Sahib standing by the fenced gate of the neighborhood club, watching two young men dressed in white playing tennis. I like the game, he hums, content to watch it standing behind the fence. So one day, the author Aneez Jung noticed him standing in front of some club where the young men were playing tennis. The game Sahib was watching was, he got quite interested, and he wanted the author went near him, and she wanted to know something. So I like the game, he hums content to watch it standing behind the fence. I go inside and no one around. When no one is around, he admits. He told the author that he wanted to play that game, and many a times he had gone inside the club also, as when no one was there. The gatekeeper lets me use the swings. Sahib too is wearing tennis shoes that look strange over his discolored shirts and shorts. Someone gave them to me. He said that in a manner of explanation. So Sahib was also wearing tennis shoes which did not match to his dress, and when he noticed that the author was looking at him, and he gave an explanation that somebody gave those shoes to him. The fact that they are discolored shoes of some rich boy who perhaps refused to wear them because of a hole in one of them does not bother him. For one who has walked barefoot, even shoes with a hole is a dream come true. But the game he is watching so intently is out of his reach. So the author says that he was very happy on getting those shoes, although some rich boy has left wearing that shoes, and that shoes was given to him, was thrown, and Sahib has picked up those shoes, and it having a shoes with a hole was like a dream come reality for a child like Sahib, and he did not bother even to wear a pair of shoe which has a hole in it. But his dream of owning a shoe can be achieved, but his dream of playing that game was out of his reach. The author wants to say that that game is out of his reach. This morning, Sahib is on his way to milk booth. In his hand is a steel canister. I now work in a tea stall down the road. He says, pointing in the distance, I am paid 800 rupees and all my meals. Does he like the job? I ask. His face, I see, has lost the carefree look. The steel canister seems heavier than the plastic bag he used to carry so lightly over his shoulder. The bag was his. The bag was his. The canister belongs to someone else, to the man who owns the tea shop. Sahib is no longer his own master. So the writer ends the story here that Sahib, who was a carefree child looking for gold, was very lively and was looking for some surprises in the garbage, had started working on a milk booth where he is paid 800 rupees and all the meals. And when the author asked him about the likeness, whether he likes that job or not, that was clear from his face, as his face had lost the carefree look that he had when he was a rag picker. So here the author says that the tin canister seems heavier than the plastic bag he would carry. So although the canister is not heavy in weight, if we compare a bag of rag pick bag he had for rag picking and the tin canister, it's not heavy in weight, but the author ironically says that the tin canister is heavier on him because he is no longer his own master. When he was working as a rag picker, he wished he could do whatever he wanted to do, but when he used to work on a milk booth, he had lost his freedom and he had to obey his master. So Sahib was no longer his own master. So this is the end of this particular story that is given in this chapter, Lost Spring. See you next with the second story, I Want to Drive a Car, in the next part.
Blessed are those who have access to the books, and we are among that lot. And let's take advantage and explore the textbooks for knowledge and a lot of things that are unknown to us. Keep watching my channel for learning and understanding textbooks. Leave a comment in the comment box. Very soon, I am going to upload Hindi explanation videos also for classes 9 to 12th CBSE board. NCERT books will be covered in these lessons. So hit the bell and be informed for my latest videos. Share my video with your friends and lend them a helping hand. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, kindly click the subscribe button and subscribe the channel. Don't forget to like my video, and your likes keeps me inspired, and so don't forget to like my video.